Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. Yes, welcome to part one of these Tokyo kind of almost like apocalyptic meets really like run down city, I guess. I hope I can try and find a better name for it. But I decided to kind of make like a huge city, and obviously in part two, we're kind of beginning doing like the more interior kind of work of this place. But for now, you can just see me kind of like do the outside. And girl, I have a lot to tell you. Now, it has been, what, 6 days since my last post, and if you are new to the channel or if you haven't seen my post in a bit, my last two were Let's Plays, so I'm starting off that. I'm kind of like worried because I'm like, I'm always afraid that it's not going to do well because it's my first time. But if you want to go check it out and come and join the ride and meet the Hare family, which is what they're called, Hare, not like hair on your head. If you want to go watch that, I do have part 1 and 2 up, but I can link it down below for you if you would like. But yeah, girl, I got a lot to tell you. I went to Fan Expo on the weekend. First off, how has your weekend been? Obviously it's Tuesday, but like, how was your weekend? What did you do this weekend? I went to Fan Expo in Toronto, and if you guys don't know what that is, it's kind of like a get-together that people can like cosplay, dress up, go meet celebrities from TV shows, voice actors, YouTubers, content creators, I guess the same as YouTube, but like artists and all that stuff, and it's just really cool. There's a bunch of panels everywhere that you can kind of like buy a bunch of merch or things that people make, and it was really awesome. I was so like happy because girl, listen, I have been trying to get to Fan Expo or Comic-Con for the past like 6 years. No word of a lie. Every time that I want to go, there's always something that comes up, and I don't plan on it, but it always happens. And I was never like, I was always so upset. So the past 3 years it's been COVID, right? And I have been way too afraid to go. Even when it like, they're like, oh, we're back. I'm like, like, but I was afraid to go COVID, right? And the other times I was just busy. Like I was either on a trip, I was going somewhere, I had to take care of something. Like I just wasn't able to go. And I have been trying to go for 6 years, you guys. And you would think now that I went there, I was like, oh my god, like I'm so excited. And I was so freaking excited. I went with my boyfriend, and him and we went to go watch, and it was really fun. It was really like super duper exciting. And we were on the train, and I was taking pictures, and I was like, I'm so excited because I want to meet Okay, let's backtrack a little bit. Let's just backtrack a little bit, okay? I follow a person on YouTube, or no, sorry, on Instagram, and his name is David Matringa. I can't pronounce the name for the life of me, no matter how many times I hear his name, but he's a voice actor, okay? And if anyone has seen my Japanese high school build, I talk about how I am obsessed with this show called Maid Sama, and I watch it in dub. I watch it in dub. Please don't come after me. I just find it really easy for me. Like I can't like watch the show and read at the same time. It just kills me. So I just watch it in dub. But I am trying to watch Psyche K in dub because in Japanese, because seasons 2 and 3 only allow that, and I really wanna finish that. So I'm suffering through it. But I hear everyone, it's kind of controversial, I don't know how to say it, but you know what I mean. But anyway, so he was going to be there. He was going to be at Fan Expo, and I was just so excited. I was like, okay, I bought a DVD like a couple months ago of Maid Sama that was like over $100. I'm not even joking. I am not even joking. It was like $100, okay? And I was like, I'm gonna get him to sign it because, girl, first of all, I really want to meet him because I also want to be like a voice actor. So it's just like that self, like asking him like maybe some advice that he has, like that would make me excited, okay? And second of all, I paid over $100 just for that DVD because they don't produce it that much anymore, especially like the book. I have the book, I have the manga, but like you can't really find it that much anywhere. So, you know, that costs some simoleons. It costs some moolah, right? And so I was like, I'm gonna go get him to sign it because eventually, girl, that's gonna be some money too. But I wasn't just in it for the money. Like I really wanted to meet him, okay? Him and what's his name? Vic Mignogna. I had to double check. I had to look it up. But Vic Mignogna does the voice of Tamaki Suo of Oran Host Club, and that was one of my first like ever, you know, like animes, and I watched it in dub, but I really wanted to meet him. And I remember one time he was in Vancouver and I really wanted to go, but I couldn't because it was like way too far away. But you know, David was gonna be in Toronto and I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited, I need to go. And so him and Vic are probably my most top two people that I want to meet. Also the guy who does the voice of Natsu from Fairy Tail, I did a drawing of him and he did comment on it, but I do want to meet him in real life. I'm just throwing a blank right now of their names because I'm like talking to you and I feel like I can't like sit and think for a sec, but you know what I mean. But so my boyfriend and we get on the train and I'm so excited. He knows I have been wanting to do this forever, and I was like, okay, I just want to meet David. I just want to get that done and over with, and then we can go just like do whatever you want, enjoy it. Okay. So we get on the train and we get to like the building and they're like, no, you have to go around the block to get into the building. And we're like, what? Okay, whatever. So we walk over, we go downstairs, and I guess that's like the entrance. Like this place is mostly underground, and then there's a separate building where you go meet the celebrities, I guess. And there were people from like The Boys, there were people from The Hobbit, there were people from like, if you ever watch Demon Slayer, they're the voice actors of Demon Slayer that was over there that you could meet. Just like a lot of people. Apparently there were people from Cobra Kai, but they decided not to show. Boo! Because it would have been really cool. And you know, a bunch of YouTubers, and I was really excited, and I told him, I was like, okay, I just want to go meet David, then we can go like look after everything. So we found out that we had to go to like a whole different building just to go meet these people, but eventually like it was like we didn't know where to go, but we were following everyone, and then we asked around, we're like, hey, do you know how to get to blah blah blah? And they're like, yeah, just follow the ginormous crowd. And we're like, great. So we followed them, we went upstairs, and there were so many escalators. Oh my god. There is so many because this building is like 5 stories, and we finally get to the building. And I can hear people talking and chatting, and like you look down, we're on a balcony, you look down, there's just people everywhere and stations everywhere, and it's just like packed. They look like ants. Like there's just so many people. And obviously since COVID, you know, this is probably I think the first time in like 3 years that this place has been going on. So there's just everybody just wants to go. And so we were just like looking at all this, and we saw the panels in the back, and we're like, oh my god, there's a bunch of people, like those are where all the celebrities are, let's just go find where he is. And then my boyfriend goes, well, why don't we go to the information desk and then just see where he is, so we don't, you know, have to take forever to go look for him. And I was like, deal, bet, so we can do that. So we go over and we're like, hi, do you know where David is? Oh, also, of those of you who don't know, if you've never watched Midsummer, if you've ever watched My Hero Academia, he's the guy with like the white and the red like half and half hair, I guess. So if that makes it any better, he's the one who does the voice of one of my favorite characters from Maid Sama, and his name is Usui Takumi is his name in the show. And oh god, girl, even if you don't want to watch it, just listen to his voice. His name is Usui Takumi, and it is butter, okay? Absolute butter. And so I was like, okay, do you know where he is? And they're like, well, what is he? And I was like, well, he's a voice actor. She goes, okay, just go to the right, at the very back of the building, and he should be there with a bunch of all the other ones. And I was like, wonderful, because so since I follow him on Instagram, fast forward when I saw this post of him on Instagram, he said, hey Canada, I'm gonna be here in, yada yada yada, and I'm gonna be here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I was like, oh my god, okay, we'll go to we'll go to the CNE on Saturday because the temperature was like really cool. So on Saturday, so we're like, okay, we might as well stay outside and just be cold instead of really hot, because Sunday it's supposed to get really hot. And I was like, well, we might as well just stay inside on the Sunday so we can go to the fan expo in there. So we get to the building, and we see all these people, and all these people are lined up, and there's just celebrities and everyone. And so we're in the building, and I'm looking, like, hey, I'm like, David said that he's gonna be here. I want to just like go, go find him. So Alex goes, my boyfriend, he goes, well, how about you buy like a ticket for you to, be able to, buy a ticket to go get an autograph. I was like, okay, because like they're like $50 too. So I was like, I want to find him first just to make sure. And something told me to just like find him first. And I was looking, and we were going back and forth, and he wasn't there. And I was so like confused. I'm like, no. I'm like, he said that he was supposed to be here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It is Sunday. He should be here. So we went back to the information desk, and we said, do you know, like, we can't find him. He said that he was going to be here. And she's like, well, she was an older lady. She was like, if he's not here, he's not here. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. And I was like, and I was so sad. Like, I wanted to cry. Like, I literally tried my best, like, not to cry, because I just wanted to meet him, like, so badly. And since I always wanted to be like a voice actor, I was hoping I could get like maybe like advice from him. I just wanted to meet him too. Like, so I was just broken, because I've wanted to go for 6 years, and the whole reason basically where I wanted to go was to meet, David, and go see everything, obviously. But like, I was so excited to see David, and he wasn't there. And my boyfriend was like, I'm so sorry, Jamie, are you okay? Like, and I was like, yeah, like, I'm fine. But like, I was so sad, you guys. And even now, like, I'm still kind of bummed. It's still fresh. Like, this was yesterday. Like, I was so upset. I was so sad. And but we went around afterwards. We looked at a bunch of stuff, and I got like a cute little keychain of Happy from Fairy Tale, if anyone knows it. I don't typically ever thought that I would ever watch anime, but my friend got me into it. The first one I ever watched was Ouran House Club, which is a great like first anime. I totally recommend even watching it in dub. You're just like watching like a cartoon, so it's okay, so it is, I think, on Netflix, but I totally recommend it. I love it so much. I still watch it like a bunch of times, even though I watched it probably like 60,000 times. I remember watching it in elementary school, so I totally recommend Ouran Host Club as your first, and try and go for Maid Sama. It is not on Netflix. It used to be, but they took it off. But you can find a whole, if you go on my Japanese school in the description, I'll probably link it down here too, that it has all the episodes saved at like for a whole video, and it's like 4 hours or 6 or 7. I can't remember. But I play that all the time, even when I'm just working and I have it on in the background. I just love playing it, and it is such a great it's such a great show. But anyway, so yeah, we were just kind of like looking around. We saw the art. I got a little keychain of Happy, and even though I didn't get to see like one of my favorite voice actors, it's okay. Like, the experience was absolutely like incredible, and the CNE was really fun too. We went like the day before that, and we had to wait in line for 2 hours. I'm telling you, 2 hours for like this like sit gondola thing that everybody likes. And it was nighttime. We got in line around 8, and we got like on the ride at like 11, and it was crazy. And I was thirsty and we were in line, and I went to Alex and I was like, I'm so thirsty. And he was like, well, why don't you go to like one of the vendors and ask for water? And I was like, okay. So I go over to the guy and I was like, hey, do you have any water? And he's like, no, sorry, we don't. And so I was like, oh, okay. And then I heard another man come over and started screaming at him like, this against the law, you need to have water. And oh my gosh, it's crazy. I had a crazy weekend, you guys. Let me know how your weekend has been. Mine was certainly eventful, so let me know, let your girl know. And if you like this video, maybe please consider like, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you all later. Bye, guys.